Hey, what's up, guys? It is Tuesday, the 27th of July, another month winding down. And I don't want to take up too much of your time today. So I'm going to get right into the charts, right into what's happening out there in the market. There's actually quite a bit going on. So this is one I kind of drew up this morning off of my the system one of the new systems that I'm using, kind of illustrating to you what we're looking at right now. Now, this is the 2.0 coupon. This is what we're seeing people that are going to be buying houses and financing homes to live in are going to be looking at. This is where the funds are coming from, that mortgage-backed security to fund primary housing, basically. And what we're seeing here, as you can see, we have basically a channel that is built heading in an upward fashion. But what we also have, a good solid support line here is what I'm also showing. As far as the technicals are showing here, we should continue to climb this channel, therefore getting better and better and better as far as the rates are concerned. But things have to slow down. As you can see here, things were climbing a channel here and then they busted out. Well, what we're looking at here, we could be seeing some resistance setting up right here at this 101.93. And if that's the case, if this is where our resistance is setting up, we could be actually possibly going to a sideways channels, if you will, as far as technicals. The things that that I'm kind of worried about here is the news that we're talking about this week. So our economic calendar has quite a bit on there. If you look at the new home sales information, it just came out. We're starting to see the new home sales kind of taper down a little bit, right? So there's been a lot of people out there throwing out, though, now we've got problems in the market. Maybe the bubble's going to burst and maybe now's not the time to buy houses. Well, Barry Habib, who you've seen on here a couple of years ago with me, he talked about, Diana Olick, and he'd reference how she is one that was going off about housing and that housing is a huge, huge risk. And she's been for 9 years claiming that housing is a bubble. And in those 9 years, I've been wrong the entire time because we can see what's happened over that period of time. And I could be wrong on the time frame. You say my memory is saying 9. So we'll just go off memory. Maybe it's 6 years, whatever it is. It's a long period of time that she's been saying this. And now all of a sudden there's people thinking, oh, look, we're right. Things have kind of slowed down for new home sales. Well, let's think about the new home sales situation. I'm in the middle of this right now with my rehab. I've got workers all over my place right now pouring concrete because there's been delays on everything. I bought this house to rehab in August of last year. We anticipated 4 months to get the rehab done. We started into it in late October when we really got all the plans worked out and figured out what we were going to do. Gutted the entire thing, got rocking and rolling on it, had crews going. What time is it now? We're coming up into August, nearly a year later when I bought it, and I'm still going. Why? Because we have shortages everywhere. I've barely got my dryer. I ordered this damn thing. My wife ordered it, probably 6 months ago. It barely showed up. The cabinet guy's in there trying to make some adjustments so we can fit those things into the cabinets. We can't even explain how they're built. But ultimately, we have supply chain issues all over the place. When you're talking about new homes, they've got to be able to get so much material to be able to build these new homes. Of course, we're going to see some sort of decline in new home sales, but we're seeing prices of housing go through the roof across the board. Now, later on this week, well, today, we got durable good orders. We got the Case-Shiller index that was put out earlier today, showing what's going on with the housing market. Of course, growth all over the place, continues to grow. Home prices, consumer confidence is coming out today. The 5-year note auction, we're going to get the results of that today. Tomorrow, crude oil inventories, a two-year note auction. We're going to have jobless claims later this week. More pending home sales. And then on Friday, we're getting into the PCE. We'll start looking at where the inflation is. So there's a lot happening this week. So when I showed you that chart earlier, I'll go right back to it. Sure, as far as the charts are showing, it makes sense that we're in a really good channel and things are going to continue to get better. But with all this news coming out, and I know we've got a good solid line of resistance right here, I can't say that it's continuing to do that. I can't say it's going to continue to ride this wave upwards. So why I talk about that is we're still in phenomenal rates. If you go backwards and look at the last one I put out from Thursday of last week, we're asking, what am I missing? There's only 10 months I have seen in my entire career we've had lower rates than right now, and that was all due to anomaly type situations, a global-wide pandemic, federal government dumping trillions of dollars into the mortgage-backed securities. You take those things out, which is now, right now, we're riding as far as the The loans that we are closing for investors are writing on an actual market, not federal funds going into that. That's coming from the market. That's coming from aggregators. When you consider that, historically, we're in the best rates I've ever seen. So if you have that question, is now a good time to buy a house? I've talked about inflation. I've talked about how it erodes the dollar. I've talked about how anytime you lock up something for 30 years and you pay it back with a diminishing instrument like the US dollar, you're winning. So why would you not? You're never even going to pay back the principal. That reminds me, the app is, I don't have I think it's released this week. So I'll be talking about that on Friday. If it's released and ready to go, I'll tell you where to get it. So you can get that and we can talk about it and give you guys a tutorial on how to use it. But we have cleaned it up to where it's a little bit more user-friendly. I will talk to you guys again on Friday. If you have questions, drop them in the chat, in the comment section, and we'll address them as often as I see them. I'm not one who's the best at looking at those things and following that up, but I'll do my best. Thanks, guys.